Hi everyone, this is Sharon from Arting's Creations, and I thought that I'd pop on quickly today and show you a little video on how to make a scrap Valentine, as I call it. So we all have all these pieces of DSP that are scraps that we don't want to throw away, and we put it in a box, and if it's anything like mine, it's like so tall you can't even keep it in the cupboard anymore. And I thought, you know what, I want to use some of these up. So let's do what's called paper piecing and make a Valentine. You can I did mine, cut them in strips. Doesn't really matter how long they are. That's not really the point. But you want them in different widths. You want different patterns, some with flowers or an actual pattern and some in striped or whatever. And then you're going to mount them on a card base just because that gives something that makes them solid. You can glue them by adding glue to the back and just laying them however you want and gluing them. But I find that I like to use a double-sided adhesive sheet. Sizzix makes these, and you can find them in other places as well. So this one, I've applied my double-sided sheet to this one, and I'm going to peel it off now. I'll get rid of that. And then that way I don't have any messy glue or anything to work with. Now your pieces, you can do however you want. You can go this way, you can go on an angle, or you can go straight up and down. So today we're just going to go straight up and down. So you're just going to mount your pieces on your paper. Oops, I'm going to stay the order I laid them out. I just laid mine out to start to get an idea of what I wanted. Ooh, let's put our hearts the right way up here. Get them very close to each other. You don't want any gaps in between. And using the double-sided adhesive sheets means that you don't miss any spots where they're not glued, so that when you punch them out, or however you're going to cut them, whether you fussy cut them or punch them, that they come off the paper, so they're glued nice and solid. So just continue on till you get across your piece of paper. This is just a really quick way to do it with the adhesive. The double-sided adhesive as well. It doesn't take a lot of time. And you're not working with messy, sticky pieces of paper that are going to get glue all over your fingers or your paper that you're working on or anything else. Okay, so now you have a base. Now I trim mine just because it's easier to punch, or if you want to use this as your base as a layer on a card, and you'll see one that I made where I did that. Then you can do that as well. Makes a really pretty base for a card. And there you go. Looks like a quilt to me. Little piece there that we don't want, so let's get rid of these. I don't save these. These are a little too small. Okay, so now you could use this on a card base the way it is, but today we're going to cut out some hearts. So we're going to do a couple of one of the scalloped hearts, and one of the plain. Die cuts, punches are a little bit better for this than die cuts. It's a bit thick to do a die cut. You could fussy cut it. That wouldn't really be a problem. You could also emboss it with an embossing folder if you wanted just to give it a different texture as well. Okay, so now we're going to do a couple little ones, and because I want to work from the bottom and keep my hearts the right way up, I'm just going to cut that off. Now when you're using the little one, make sure you get at least 2 patterns in there. Let's move over here and try this one. And you've got a lot more that you could use this for something else as well. I'm just going to do 2 at this point in time. Not actually going to make the card today. I'm just going to show you what I did. So there you end up with some really pretty hearts, which you could use any kind of paper you wanted and get any design that you like. So this is the Valentine that I ended up with. Hope I've got that in the right spot so you can see it. Just a couple of the hearts. I did this one flat, I popped this one up, and then 2 of the little hearts. The background is the ornate labels die, and I had cut one out of white, so I just did the inside of the card with another one of the hearts and the ornate labels die as well. So that's the Valentine. And then I decided to use a background piece, so I did another piece in different colors, and the black is just the silhouette. I cut the heart out of there, and then so that this is the background showing through. Two of the little ones and a bunch of bling, and then a plain black one. I really like how that one turned out as well. So that's a nice little Valentine. And then I wanted to do one that wasn't a Valentine, so I used circles and butterflies. So this one is done with three different size circle punches, and the butterfly punch, which punched out both, and it gives you a totally different look. You make me smile. So this one is done in Tranquil Tide, and then this one is done in Real Red. So that's just a sample and an idea of one way of doing paper piecing, and probably do another video shortly in a different way of paper piecing where you actually stamp the paper and then cut it out. Thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe or like and tell your friends. Thanks. Bye for now.